What's up, Tampa Hulkamaniacs?
BBB, how you doing, brother? Good to see you, man. This is crazy stuff. This is really, really exciting. I had to get the Hulk Hogan thing out of me. But I want to be the first to welcome everybody here to Raymond James Stadium right here in Tampa Bay. This is really, really special for me. This is my hometown, and this is where I fell in love with wrestling. And it's been onward and upward ever since with this business, and I'm still in love with it. But when it comes to the grandest stage of them all, it's just an ongoing saga. I've traveled all over the world, came from here, I still live here, I love it here. But wherever I go, certain people come up and go, oh my gosh, I remember in 1988 when you slammed Andre the Giant. I was sitting in the 10th row or the 100th row with 94,000 people. Or people talk about me and Mr. T and Roddy Piper and Cyndi Lauper and the beginning of this whole thing. And a lot of times I get people coming up to me and going, you should have beat The Rock at WrestleMania 18. You know, I was the bad guy there, and people still talk about The Rock and I going back and forth, and those memories are indelible. I mean, they'll last forever. And the thing that I'm really, really excited about is this whole next generation of the WWE superstars and the whole WWE universe. They're going to have that same experience right here in Tampa Bay, right in Raymond James Stadium, next year, right at this time at WrestleMania 36. That's huge to me. Next year is close. I mean, it's coming really, really fast. And on a personal note, you know, I've thought about WrestleMania being here in Tampa Bay and what it means economically. I know what it means to the WWE universe. I know what it means to the community, but then I just started thinking personally what this really, really means to me, and the love that I have for wrestling, the experience, that energy that I felt. If you've never felt it, I mean, if you've been to a Super Bowl, that's huge. If you've been to the World Series, that's really huge. But when you're inside this stadium next year, when you guys see the energy, when you feel the energy, when you see all the pyros and the laser lights and the matches and stuff, there's going to be an energy and a level. And I just started thinking about a personal level of how wrestling affected me and how I fell in love with wrestling. Everybody here is going to get to experience that. The new generation of young wrestling fans are going to experience that. And it's just amazing. I can't wait for this event to be here. This is going to put all of us on the map, bigger than ever. And I'm just so excited that it's finally here in Tampa Bay, finally here in our hometown. And I want to thank everybody here today for coming out. So I've only got one more question for you guys, Tampa Bay. What you going to do when Hulkamania, the WWE, and WrestleMania next year run wild on you? Thank you guys so much. You know, right now, it's my pleasure to introduce WWE's Executive Vice President of Special Events, Mr. John Sabor. He's the man.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. That was good work, Santiago. I would tell you that where I come from, and I don't know about you all, but when Hulk Hogan starts the day by making a major announcement, that's a pretty terrific and fun way to start any Thursday. How about another round of applause for Hulk Hogan? He is a WWE Hall of Famer. He's an amazing ambassador for WWE. And frankly, we know he's one of Tampa's favorite sons. Welcome to Raymond James Stadium, here in beautiful Tampa Bay, Florida. As Hulk mentioned, my name is John Sabor, and I am so proud to serve as the Executive Vice President of Special Events for WWE. And I would tell you, it is indeed my pleasure to be with you all here this morning. As you know, and you heard a little of it from our friend, we're here to share some very, very exciting news. And we have a bunch of really special people to help us to achieve that. So with that, it is my pleasure to introduce one of your community's tireless advocates for all things sports and entertainment, and what a community ambassador, Hillsborough County Commissioner Ken Hagan.
Thank you, John, for that very kind introduction. I got to tell you, WWE certainly does not hold traditional press conferences. When you have the Hulkster and walk-up music, you know you're at a special event, right? But good morning, everyone. I'm thrilled to be here at Raymond James Stadium for this very special announcement. And I say that not only as a county commissioner, but I say that as someone that is a big WWE and sports entertainment fan. Tampa has such a rich history with wrestling. And as many of you growing up here in Tampa, wrestling was a big part of my childhood. So I am extremely honored today to officially announce that WrestleMania 36 will take place here at Raymond James Stadium on Sunday, April 5th, 2020. Florida has been home to WrestleMania before in Tampa, in Orlando, and Miami, but I'm proud to say that this is the first time this international event will be here in Tampa Bay. After hosting every major sporting event, we are ecstatic to have the opportunity to host WrestleMania and pledge that Team Tampa Bay will roll out the red carpet and welcome fans from all over the world to our community. Simply put, we will do everything that we can to make this the best WrestleMania ever. Now it is my distinct pleasure to welcome WWE's Chief Brand Officer, Stephanie McMahon.
Style and grace, I'm never gonna be done. Lean on in. Now welcome to the Queendom.
Where the kings bow down. They relinquish the crown. Y'all gon' hit me now. I just turn that around and make you love me.
I have to wait for my entrance music to finish. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Commissioner Hagan. I'd also like to thank Mayor Bob Buckhorn, the Tampa Bay Sports Commission, the Tampa Sports Authority, the Amalie Arena, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and of course, Raymond James Stadium. I can't tell you how exciting it is to be bringing WrestleMania right here to Tampa Bay for the first time in over 35 years. It's amazing to me that we have not been here, which only means that we have absolutely got to blow WrestleMania out of the water and make Tampa Bay the best one yet. Now, Forbes has named WrestleMania one of the world's top 10 most valuable sports brands for the past 5 consecutive years, alongside the Super Bowl, the Olympics, and the FIFA World Cup. Not only does WrestleMania generate over $100 million of economic impact for our host cities, it's an event like no other. It's part live event extravaganza, it's part rock concert, and it's part theater with world-class athleticism. As Hulk said earlier, the energy is kinetic, it's palpable. And if we do our jobs right, our audience will be left with memories that will last a lifetime. Memories like WrestleMania 1, when arguably the most recognizable icon in the world and Tampa's own Hulk Hogan teamed with Mr. T, and Muhammad Ali was the special guest referee. Or WrestleMania 14, when guest referee Mike Tyson turned on Shawn Michaels and counted Stone Cold Steve Austin as the new world heavyweight champion. Or WrestleMania 15, when The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin faced off for the first time in what would become a 4-year rivalry. WrestleMania 30, when The Undertaker's 21-year winning streak was shockingly ended by Brock Lesnar. Or last year's WrestleMania, when Ronda Rousey, arguably one of the world's greatest athletes, male or female, made her in-ring debut teaming with Olympic gold medalist and WWE Hall of Famer Kurt Angle against yours truly, and my husband, who is also here today, the Game, Triple H. That match, it didn't work out so well for me personally, so I'm just gonna move on from that. It's another story. But for our fans, whether it was Hulk Hogan as a little kid watching WWE and falling in love with what we do, for each one of our fans, these moments is a chapter or more in the history of their lives. Whether it's a group of dads who still get together for their annual WrestleMania road trip that they've been taking since high school, one of the thousands of families who plan their vacation every year to one of our host cities. Whether our fans are from Mumbai, London, or LA, or they're 6 years old, or they're 60 years old, WrestleMania is the one place where they all come together to share what might be the one thing they have in common, their passion for WWE. Because WrestleMania is really like a big, giant family reunion with a week's worth of events, including our fan experience access, our Hall of Fame ceremony, NXT TakeOver, our flagship programming, Monday Night Raw and SmackDown Live, and so much more, all emanating from right here in Tampa, Florida. And we want to do everything we can to generate revenue, bring awareness, and give back to this amazing city. You'll see promotion across all of WWE's platforms, reaching 180 countries in 27 different languages. You'll see promotion on USA and Fox Network here in the States, on our YouTube channel that is the second most viewed YouTube channel in the world and the #1 sports channel in the world, and to over 1 billion social media followers. People from all around the globe will be talking about WrestleMania 36 at Raymond James Stadium. And most importantly, our goal is to leave a lasting legacy in the community, helping us achieve our mission of putting smiles on people's faces. And that actually starts today. Just a few hours from now, WWE Superstars will be participating in a Be a Star bullying prevention rally at the Garcia Salesian Boys and Girls Club right here in Tampa. And of course, you're all invited to attend. And now, I would like to introduce one of the superstars who will be a part of that event. He is also from right here in Tampa and works tirelessly to give back to the community in as many ways as he possibly can. I'm sure he's no stranger to any of you. Ladies and gentlemen, WWE superstar Titus O'Neil.
Make it move, make it move, make it $1 million move, make it move, make it move, make it $1 million move, make it move, make it move, make it $1 million move.
Well, thank you, Stephanie, and good morning to everyone. Like she said, this is like a big family reunion to all of us, and I am thrilled that WrestleMania 36 will be right here at Raymond James Stadium next year, not just for what we will do inside of the ring, but also what we will do outside of it. Tampa is not just my home, but it's the home of many WWE superstars, and we are honored to give back to this community. During the course of WrestleMania week, WWE will host community events such as our Make-A-Wish Circle of Champions, hospital visits, and bully prevention rallies with our partner Boys and Girls Clubs of America. I would like to personally recognize a good friend of ours in WWE, Frank Sanchez, who is the National VP of Business and Community Affairs at the Boys and Girls Clubs of America, who is here with us today. Frank, you can go ahead and stand up. Even though he stands up, he's still kind of short. But as Stephanie mentioned, man, we don't want to wait until next year, which is why we're going to make an impact starting today in the community. We are honored to be a part of the event later this afternoon at the Garcia Salesian Boys and Girls Club. We're going to do an anti-bullying rally there. And those memories and moments have different meanings for all of us, but also as part of WrestleMania, what makes WrestleMania so special to many people in many generations, past and present. I can't wait to see what memories we will create here in Tampa Bay, my city, WrestleMania 36. You're about to see a person that's the official person, the official mayor. I like to call myself the unofficial mayor of Tampa. But I appreciate you guys. I'm so excited, and we're about to have one great time here at WrestleMania 36 here in Tampa Bay. Thank you.
Make it move, make it move, make it $1 million move, make it move, make it move, make it $1 million move, make it move, make it move, make it $1 million move, make it move, make it.
So much fun listening to Stephanie and Titus, because this is what we do. This is what we're about. I would tell you that Stephanie is not only an exceptional chief brand officer for WWE, but she's part of a family, a very special family, who along with every WWE superstar, and you heard it from Titus as well, work tirelessly every day with the kinds of resolve that I wish we could impart in so many other kinds of people throughout this globe. And they have one goal in mind, and that goal is simple: put smiles on the faces of families around the world. Titus, you know, I talked about Hulk being one of your favorite sons here in Tampa. I got to tell you, I've been through the work that brought us to today's exciting beginning. I would ride with Titus, and we would be stopped in major thoroughfares. People know this man. They know not only what he does inside the ring, but what he does for this community. And I got to tell you, he is a shining example of what every WWE superstar does to create positive change outside the ring. That's the legacy stuff. That's the mortar in any construction of any community. And talking about great communities, ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you that there are none without great leaders, and Tampa is no exception. Our next guest is the mayor of the city of Tampa. Please welcome the Honorable Bob Buckhorn.
John, thank you, and to Stephanie and to her family, and to Tampa's own Hulk Hogan, and my friend, the real mayor of the city of Tampa, Titus O'Neil. It's good to be here. As many of you know, I am 2 months from being your next Uber driver. And I could not think of a better way for me to wind down my mayoral career than this announcement. If you think about Tampa, Florida, and who we are, and you think about the DNA that courses through our veins, wrestling is part of it. You think about the amazing legends that have come out of this area. You think about the stories of parents and grandparents who used to go to the armory in that unair-conditioned building. It was part of Tampa's DNA. Generations of Tampanians grew up watching wrestling at the armory. It is who we are. It is part of what makes this amazing paella that we call home something special. And whether it was Hulk Hogan, whether it was Brian Blair, who I see there in the audience, whether it's now Titus O'Neil, this is part of a Tampa tradition that has come home in a way bigger than we ever imagined. And you think about the course that we have been on for the last decade, and you think about the events that we have hosted, whether it's the Republican National Convention, whether it's the College Football National Championships, whether it will be our 5th Super Bowl in a few years, whether it was the Bollywood Awards that was broadcast to the entire world, to 800 million people. This event that we are announcing today rivals that in every sense of the word. Once again, it will put Tampa on the map. Once again, for those people around the world who may not know where Tampa is, they will be able to turn on that TV, see WrestleMania, see these amazing WWE superstars, and say, what a cool city this is. What an amazing place. That's what this does for us. This not only celebrates who we are as a community, but it also enables us a platform to tell Tampa's story to the world once again. And Lord knows we love doing that. So for us, this is an exciting day. We are thankful through WWE for allowing us this opportunity. You have come to a place in America that everyone wants to be, a place where the best and the brightest are coming. This is our city. This is our home. And we could not be happier hosting this event. They gave me a belt backstage. I'm going to wear it home tonight. I'll tell you how it goes on Monday. But this will be one of those memorabilia that I will take home to that little man cave that my wife is going to let me have. And I will remember fondly the day when Tampa hosted this world-class, worldwide event. Let me introduce to you somebody who's had a big part in this. He's a legend in this business. He is a 14-time WWE heavyweight superstar. He is now the Executive Vice President of Talent. He is, and forever will be, Triple H. Let me introduce to you now Paul Levesque. Thank you, Paul.
Behold the King of Kings. On your knees, dog.
Thank you, and thank you to Mayor Buckhorn. I cannot help but picture him driving an Uber with the WWE Championship sitting on the dashboard right next to him, with his arm hanging out the window, with some music blaring in the background. It's just that's how I want to see him leaving. If he still has the title after yesterday, because my money's on the wife taking it. It just is. As he said, we are incredibly excited to be here, to be bringing WrestleMania here to Tampa Bay. Tampa is ingrained in the fabric of who we are. As you heard Hulk Hogan say, so many performers over the years have been here, whether it was the Tampa Armory, in that air-conditioned building, watching somebody like Dusty Rhodes tear it up and take down all the bad guys. And that spark started. That dream began in their heart to do something more with their lives. It started here. Those global superstars that you've seen year after year, a lot of it started right here, that dream for them, right here in Tampa. So to bring WrestleMania here, we couldn't be more excited. And when it comes to WrestleMania, it's hard to put into words how big of an event it is. You heard the comparisons to everything else. The WWE will do 560 plus live events every year. And it doesn't get any bigger for us than WrestleMania. It is, as we say, the granddaddy of them all. There is no spectacle like it, and I will put that up against any sport or entertainment event out there. The reach and scale of WrestleMania is just beyond description. It constantly breaks box office records, constantly breaks attendance records, constantly breaks revenue records for its host city. Of now, Tampa will be one. We really look forward, like I said, to ingraining in that fabric and making this here at Raymond James Stadium one for the record books. WrestleMania is a week-long celebration that will draw fans, not just from all 50 states, more than 60 countries, to Tampa Bay. It will bring them to Raymond James Stadium. It will show off this amazing community, its amazing people, to the entire world. It will be seen live on 180 countries around the world, live on the WWE Network. As I spoke about the fabric of Tampa and the future and what that means, it's imperative on us to constantly grow, to constantly evolve into the future, and that is constantly finding new WWE superstars. And it's no secret that the WWE Performance Center is based out of Florida, right down the road in Orlando, Florida, and it is where the superstars of the future are created. A lot of people don't realize, though, that the genesis of the Performance Center started right here, just down the road in Dale Mabry. The Performance Center helped us create a brand called NXT. WWE's, well, it started as WWE's developmental brand and quickly became something so much more. It quickly became a global touring brand sitting right alongside of Raw and SmackDown. And it is where our fans get to see the future involved. It is where our fans get to see the kid, like Hulk Hogan, get that spark in his eye and that dream in his heart and live that dream, to see it to reality, to see it become a global phenomenon and see that person become a superstar on the most amazing level. It's where our NXT women's, or our women's evolution started in NXT. It is where the women that you see here in the front row kind of got their start to becoming something more. It is where we changed the name from them being called divas to being called superstars, just like the men. It is where the spark started for them to be the main event players that they are today and will be when we get here to WrestleMania. It's the birthplace of so many of our current WWE superstars, including Seth Rollins, Charlotte Flair, Finn Balor, Kevin Owens, Braun Strowman, Xavier Woods, Big E, Sasha Banks, Becky Lynch. So many superstars have come out of there. And you will get to see that right here in Tampa as well. It is why in the week-long celebration that is WrestleMania, NXT will be such a big part of that. NXT will host its largest show of the year right here in Tampa that week, NXT TakeOver, and it will air on the WWE Network, and it is our biggest show of the year, and it is where our fans will get to see showcased the future of the coming years of WWE and the next generation of global superstars. You know, the fans that come here to Tampa will get to feel that history here of what this means to our industry, but they'll get to see it. In that week-long celebration, they will get to see Hall of Famers and legends. Through access, they will get autographs and be able to see the heroes of the past. They will also get to see the biggest global superstars on the biggest platform possible at WrestleMania, and then they will get to witness the future right before their eyes. WWE. It is then, now, and forever. So I just have one more thing to say to everybody here in Tampa, and actually around the world. Are you ready? You had better be, because WrestleMania, I promise you, will be a spectacle like you have never seen before, and it will be one for the record books. Thank you very much.
Bow down to the king. Bow down to the king. In red as he walked from the blade.
These are tough folks to follow. But I'll tell you, Paul's also a big, big part of that inspirational family that I mentioned a few minutes ago. The journey that he's taken between the ring and the boardroom, and oh, by the way, he's still transversing that on a daily basis, is pretty remarkable. Your mayor, Bob Buckhorn, is also a pretty impressive guy. I would tell you that all of you, I know, and we are now included in this, want to congratulate him on what has been an amazing 8-year run as your mayor and what he's done to help, along with all of you, to transform this community. Tampa is a different place 8 years later. I live in Orlando, and we watch. So you have a lot to be proud of as a community. One of our cornerstone partners, I guess that's the operative word, because it's really about partnership, is an organization that has worked for so long and so hard to make this day a reality. He's someone that I consider a friend over many, many years and does a remarkable job helping to lead your Tampa Bay Sports Commission. He is the executive director of that organization. Ladies and gentlemen, please say good morning to Rob Higgins.
That's right, I have entrance music. Our time's finally come, guys. You know, while we talk about bidding on WrestleMania for the last 10 years, the reality, as Stephanie so eloquently put it, today's announcement, more than 35 years in the making. It's only appropriate to start with a thank you. Thank you to Mr. McMahon. Thank you to Stephanie, Paul, John, and the entire WWE universe for entrusting us with this incredible opportunity to host the crown jewel of sports entertainment. This is truly the biggest event our community has ever coveted, but hasn't had the chance to host. Fans from more than 50 countries and 50 states across the country are going to descend upon our community. They're going to generate between 40 and 50,000 hotel visitor room nights for our community. Certainly an effort like this takes a big team. We call it Team Tampa Bay. I want to thank Eric Hart, Tampa Sports Authority, his chair Tony Muniz, and their entire staff and board for their support. They've been with us every step of the way. Speaking of being every step of the way with us, our tag team partners, Visit Tampa Bay and Santiago Carrata, have been phenomenal as well. There are so many people from around Team Tampa Bay that have poured their heart and soul into this effort to bring our very first WrestleMania to the community. That WrestleMania comes to us the year before our 5th Super Bowl. Only 3 cities have hosted more Super Bowls. And now we become just the 5th community to host a WrestleMania and a Super Bowl all within the same year. Finally, I want to close with a little tidbit about our bid. Actually, when we shared it with the WWE, we put it inside a custom turnbuckle with the words "Our Time" on it. Sure, we wanted to give some subliminal messaging that we thought it was our turn in terms of that turnbuckle. But the reality is a turnbuckle represents 2 sides of the ring coming together to meet as one. And that's what we have here. The WWE family and Team Tampa Bay coming together to make something really special happen. So guys, our time has come, and together we're going to create a WrestleMania experience like nobody's ever seen. Thank you.
I want to take just a few moments to acknowledge and thank some very special people who were part of the community-wide team that our friend Rob just described that is solely responsible for bringing us together this morning. So I hope that you'll help me to thank and acknowledge some folks. I'd like to start with Eric Hart. He is the president and CEO of the Tampa Sports Authority. Eric. Sitting next to Eric is our friend Santiago Carrata, the president and CEO of Visit Tampa Bay. I know my friend Kevin Priest is here. Kevin, where are you? What are you doing in the back row, Kevin? You're an events guy, aren't you? Kevin Priest, many of you know, is the SVP for the Amalie Arena and will be one of our key hosts next week, or next year, I should say. Kevin, thanks so much. I see my friend Jeff Adams from the Tampa Bay Sports Commission and so many other things. He's been a friend for a great, great many years. Thanks for all you've done to contribute to this. Thanks, Jeff. Last but certainly not least, our friend Brian Ford. Brian is the COO. I've been calling you the president. Rob thinks you should be the president too. Of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the NFL franchise that calls this beautiful stadium home. Thank you for all you've done, Brian. Our next guest is a second-generation WWE superstar. She is the daughter of the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. But make no mistake, ladies and gentlemen, she has on her own, over the last several years, created a legacy of her own inside the ring. On April 7th at MetLife Stadium, or at WrestleMania, she'll face Rowdy Ronda Rousey for the Raw Women's Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, help me to say good morning to WWE superstar Charlotte Flair.
So in my entrance, I usually do a cartwheel on stage. So when I heard it, I was like, oh, do I do my cartwheel? No, just kidding. I am very excited to be here in Tampa Bay. It feels like yesterday, but I actually started my career here in Tampa on Dale Mabry in July 2012 and honed my skills right down the road at the WWE Performance Center. And 7 years later, look where I am right now. In just a few short weeks at WrestleMania 35, I will be a part of the biggest match of my career, and I literally have goosebumps thinking about it. Being a part of the women's evolution has been empowering and game-changing. WWE has devoted more airtime to female superstars, which allowed us to showcase our incredible athleticism, develop our characters, and have deeper storylines. The women are now featured in main event matches at several of our largest pay-per-view events. WrestleMania will be no exception, as the women's evolution will be on full display right here in Tampa Bay at WrestleMania 36. And oh yeah, we're just getting started. Woo! Thank you.
I would tell you that you're starting to get the sense that WWE works every day to create fun and excitement in everything that we do. And we try and make press conferences no exception. I would tell you that part of what makes this so fun are our superstars, our lifeblood. They are certainly the past, they are the present, and they are most certainly the future. I hope that you'll allow me to take a moment to thank some of our superstars that made time to be with us today, which means a lot to us. Please say hello to WWE superstar Natalya. Or Natty. Say hello to WWE superstar Sasha Banks. And finally, last but not least, WWE superstar Bayley. They are each, in addition to Charlotte and others, such an important part of what we do, and importantly, the women's evolution within WWE. We are so proud of you. We really are. Our next and final guest today is no stranger to the grandeur of WrestleMania. He is a former WWE Universal Champion, and as many of you know, very recently made an exciting return to WWE after what can only be characterized as a courageous and inspirational fight, I mean fight, against leukemia. A really loud welcome for WWE superstar Roman Reigns.
Morning, everybody. How y'all doing today? All right. To be honest, when you go last, especially in this situation, everyone kind of says everything that you're going to say. And you've heard all the details, all the facts. It's no shock or surprise the type of economic impact that WWE has. And on the short ride over from my house here to Raymond James, I had to think, what do you want to really say, that everybody stole your stuff? What is it that you want to tell these people? And for me, it's all about the moments. It's all about the moments. And I've had a bunch of them when it comes to WrestleMania, and you're probably thinking the main events, wrestling Brock Lesnar, beating Triple H, beating the Dead Man in Orlando. But to be honest, those aren't even, the greatest moments that I take from WrestleMania. Take last year, where we were in New Orleans, and I just got done doing something similar to this, an appearance, and I was coming back to the TV hotel, and I was going through the green room just to check in and make sure I was done for the day, and I saw my sons running, screaming through the green room in a giant just banquet room, wide open, and I saw my daughter chasing them across that green floor, and that was probably the proudest moment that I had from last year's WrestleMania. It wasn't, being in that main event. It wasn't, selling out the Superdome. It was that small moment of seeing those smiles on my children's faces. And, the situation that brought us all together that week was WrestleMania. And it's so neat to be able to see that from so many different families, so many different people to come to this congregation, this event, and to be able to create those awesome moments. And it's not just going to be the big moments that you're expecting. Those are going to be there, trust me. But it's going to be those little moments, you know, when you look to your left or your right and you see your kids seeing Sasha and Bailey wrestle and they're hugging, you know, they're doing their thing. Or when Braun comes out and your little boy roars. It could be that breakfast the following morning, that Monday, with your children, and they're talking about how great of a show it was. You know, you just never know what that moment is going to be. But we're proud to be here in Tampa, and I just want to say, please, come make that moment with WWE. Thank you.
Arguably another tough act to follow. The WWE family cannot wait to be with you next spring, and we cannot wait to begin our collective blueprinting to welcome the world to Tampa Bay. Over the course of the coming year, we'll release details around when WrestleMania 36 tickets will go on sale. I would tell you on behalf of Paul, on behalf of Stephanie, on behalf of our chairman, all of our WWE superstars, thank you. Thank you for making time to be with us this morning. And we cannot wait to see you right back here at Raymond James Stadium on April 5th, 2020 for WrestleMania 36. Have a great day, everyone. We'd like to invite our friends from the media to the rear of the club for some one-on-one media opportunities and interviews. And we'd also like to invite the balance of our guests downstairs to a lunch that's being hosted by our local organizing committee partners. And we'll look